Don't rush your horse through a gate because you can end up getting ran over. Hi, I'm Noah T.Y. of Steady Horse, where we believe you never have to fall off your horse again. I want to invite you to join me as we continue Slate's journey together. Taking this rescue horse who would bite and come after you like a pit bull, attack you, kick at you, and now turning him into having an unbreakable bond and trusting partnership, building his confidence while we are leading him with love. If you want to learn more about his story, you can find the link in the description. Let's get started. So today we're going to be teaching Slate how to go in and out of gates very carefully, very methodically, right? Patiently. Because what a lot of people end up doing is they don't really think about it. They might just, open up a gate and get their horse to come through. And he's actually being he's being very careful and cautious. But sometimes if there's pressure behind him or they perceive pressure behind him, they can end up shooting and running over the top of you, okay? This is also part of the preparation in getting my horse ready for the trailer, right? When you're in a trailer, there's that trailer gate that's gonna swing open and shut. I wanna make sure my horse is comfortable with that and not worried. And I wanna make sure that they're okay walking through a gateway without having to be panicked. So step one is gonna be sending my horse through the gateway. So that's what I'm gonna do, give him plenty of room where I'm not at risk of getting hurt, and I'm gonna send him through. Let him turn around, and then I'm gonna bring him back through this direction. Good boy. So he's being a gentleman about that. So I'm just gonna do this a couple more times, make sure he's nice and relaxed. Remember, fluidity is one of the things that we look for our horse to demonstrate understanding, right? So I want him to get more fluid with this, where he's not stoppy and choppy. There. I'll take a deep breath, and now I'll pull on the halter, send him through this way. There. Good. That was better. Deep breath, and I'm gonna ask again. There. Good. Because remember, when I'm asking him to go into that trailer, if he refuses and I want him to go forward, I'm going to be putting pressure on him to kind of tap him to say, hey, move forward away from that pressure. Good boy. I want him to get really comfortable with that. Good. Good. Good boy. Good. There we go. Good boy. Let's ask again. Good. Much better. Much better. So just a couple more times here. Good boy. And again. So you can see he's getting much more confident. He's having much better understanding of what I'm asking, how to kind of move through and negotiate through this. Very good. Oh, there we go. I like that. Look at that. Look at that. Good. This time I had to very minimally tap. So that's good improvement. So step one is just getting him comfortable with sending in and out without being in a rush. So now we're going to move on to step two of teaching my horse to go in and out of gates. And so what that's going to look like is now I'm actually going to stand on this side and I'm going to narrow down the opening here. Okay, so I'm going to close it down and make it smaller. There, good boy. Now I'm going to send him through here. Good. And so I'm going to switch hands here. I'm going to try to keep my gait kind of, there we go. And I'm going to see if I can get my pony to go through this narrow opening. So we started out with a nice wide opening. Now I want to get him to go through a more narrow opening. So he's kind of panicky here. He's like, what do you want me to do? It looks like that gate's shut. I can't go that way. I'm going to say, yeah, you can, bud. There, good. There, good. And when he makes his way that direction, I'm going to let go of some of the pressure, let him know he made a good decision. Now, I'm going to kind of help him out here to make this a little bit more clear. I'm going to bring my rope around here, just so that the direction, I can actually use some of that pull pressure as well, okay? And you want to be really careful. Like if he pulls, I would just either let go or switch hands. But But you want to be really careful not to put yourself in a position where you're going to get bound in a bind with your rope, okay? So I'm going to hold here, and I'm going to apply some pressure here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. And you see how, there, good. Every time he goes forward, I release the pressure to let him know that he made a good decision by just going forward through that. So now I'm going to switch my rope onto the other side. And just like I did to begin with, I'm going to make it really narrow here. And I want him to kind of snake his way through there. Good boy. I'm going to hook my rope back around. That was really nice and fluid there. And then same thing here. Good boy. Good boy. Wow, what a pony. Good job. We're gonna come back through this side. So same thing, I'm gonna make it really narrow this time. Wow, Slate. And then one more time, I love what we're seeing here. Good boy. Good boy, this is really tight. Let's see what he does here. Good boy. Oh my goodness. What a pony. So now we've introduced him going into a more narrow space without him panicking or rushing. That way he has more confidence going in and out of the gate. If you're still watching this, chances are you believe just like I do, that real partnership is built on love, not force and chasing your horse around in circles. I've got a free, powerful training that used to be a part of a paid workshop. Riders would invest hundreds to get access to this, but right now I'm gifting this to you for free. It's already helped hundreds of riders to stay in the saddle with connection and trust. No more chasing your horse in circles or trying to prove to them who's boss. I don't know how long we're gonna be able to keep this for free, but it's available if you click the link in the description, and you can get started right now. And I promise you, your horse will thank you. Let's get back to the video. Now we're gonna go into step 3 with my pony in the gate. And this is where I'm gonna take my gate here, and I'm gonna bring my pony all the way around on this side here. And what I'm gonna do is I've got kind of like this pinch, right? This hinged area. And I wanna bring my pony and let him kind of rest in this spot there where there's gates on each side of him, right? We got the panel and we got the gate here. And so this can feel really, really claustrophobic to a horse. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually just gonna wrap my rope over here. Now let's do a little soft wrap here. And we haven't done a lot of working with Slate on tying yet, okay? So this also gives me an opportunity to begin to work on some tying, but it's just what we call a cattle tie. Soft tie where if he pulls back, he's not hung up, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna step around him here. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to come in front of him, because when I load him in the trailer, right, I'm gonna have to tie him up, and I want him to be comfortable with that. And so I want him to be okay. I'm gonna fix this a little bit. I'm gonna change it to the other side when I do my wrap. I want him to be okay with stepping up into this pressure and coming into direct pressure there, and not fighting and thrashing at the pole, right? So I really like that. He's made a good decision. I'm gonna step up to him kind of quickly and see what he does. Good boy. Good boy. What a pony. And now I'm gonna back him up. Step back. Step back. Good. Step back. Good boy. And now I'm gonna step him right up into it. Good boy. I'm gonna give him a rub, because if I'm tying, my hands are gonna be right up here by his face, by the trailer, while I'm tying him up when I'm in there. Good boy. And I don't want him shooting back and panicking. So I'm gonna back him up again. Good. Oh, good boy. Oh, yes, sir. I loved that. So he came forward on his own, so brave, wanting to connect. Oh my goodness. What a good boy. And so you can see how all of these steps now have put us in a much better position so that when we introduce him to the trailer, that he's more likely to hop right up in there.